my first question is, what kind of benefit we get for learning this accounting standard?
Okay, this accounting standard is important. Why? Because if you learn the accounting standard, if you are a commerce student, then you will able to understand from the point of view of the company how they are applying this standard, whether they are applying this standard or not. Beside that, what is the application of applying this standard? Suppose say AS10, how it will record and plant and machinery, what item need to be added with plant and machinery, you will come to know in AS10. That is the part of a standard. Like borrowing cost, AS16, whether I will add the interest or cost of borrowing with plant and machinery or not, when to add, when not to add. So that things will be followed by company also. So in that way you can analyze whether they are following the decorum or not, or what will be the application in their financial statement. You can analyze on that, you can make a future prediction on that. And regarding beside that also, it makes you easy to understand why we do depreciation in from class 11 and 12 still up to graduation, why we are doing final accounts. In final accounts, specific adjustment we do, like creating provision, like deducting depreciation, keeping outstanding on the liability side. Why? Because of this standard they are guiding you to do that way. In that way you do not have to learn anything, it will be coming gradually.
It means it is a giving the path for to understand what is company
is doing and what you can do in your financial accounting. Why you are doing, you have got the reason of doing that thing. Behind screen what is happening.
It kind of a rule book for me to understand what kind of company, what should follow, what should not to follow.
And why you have done in 11 12, how you have done accountancy. Why we have done, these are all the reason is included in this book in ACE, accounting standard.
It means it is applicable for the market
also, obviously,
because companies are follow this kind of rules.
Because AS2 means inventory. Every company has its own inventory. For FMGC company, for automobile sector, car. So how they should value their closing stock, whether they will store or record in NRV value, net realized value, or at cost value. Why they will record at cost value or NRV value, whichever is lower. Why it is that? Because if you increase your closing stock value, automatically your gross profit will increase, and indirectly you are increasing your net profit. Indirectly you are misinformation to your investor. So this is the application you will able to know, and knowing that application you can give a valuation, correct valuation of a specific company. Whether this valuation is okay or not, how to do the valuation, you will get a clarity on doing the valuation of a company. When you make a long-term investment, what you require? Valuation. Whether I am buying that company in a correct valuation or not. That is important, and for doing this valuation you have to have a certain idea about accounting standard. And as you are going in the profession of CA or CMA, so obviously in near future you may pick up the field of valuation of a company, or you may go for an audit. In both ways this thing is applicable. Without that you cannot neither do the audit correctly nor you can do the valuation of a company.
CSCMA is an important part of this, but if there was not coming in the finance market, there was a student or there was someone else what not coming in the financial market, but they also pick this thing for the for market perspective, for understand what companies are doing or not doing, whether doing rightly or wrongly.
Yes, when we go for an investment, sometimes what happens, if I am a commerce background but I want to invest in a chemical industry, I am liking that company. So to a certain extent I should have a idea about that chemical company, how the chemical can have an application in the market, who demands that chemical. So if you get little bit of idea, then what will happen, you will have a confidence on investing in that company. Without knowing the product, without knowing that thing, it will have some doubtful case in your mind. So whenever there will be a correction in the market, you will escape from the market. But as you have no confidence, same way, if you know the ACE accounting standard, you will get a correct valuation, and when to go in, when to go out, that valuation plays an important role.
Important roles. It gives the guideline for the company where they should follow.
Without
and also give us individual person to understand what
as a tool to justify the reason of making investment, or as a tool of valuation of a company, because all these companies are in India, and this is the accounting standard of India. Obviously. So you have a better foundation for that. Without running for pricing factor, it is better to get a correct valuation of a company. Free cash flow, how should we calculate the free cash flow? Without knowing the balance sheet, you cannot calculate the free cash flow. And all the balance sheet item, how should we maintain? That is recorded, or they have given the guideline in this book. I hope you are clear about this thing. Still then, Tata, bye bye, and keep tuned in this channel, because we are not going to discuss about the syllabus, but along with that, the e-commerce, how it plays in our daily life, that we are also going to discuss. Still then, Tata.